It says I'm live and there's 6 people, so let me know if you can hear me and see me. If you want to just send me a message in the live chat, that would be great. I hope everyone is doing as well as they can be doing this evening. Hello, I'd like to say hi. We'll get started right away. So I want to see, can everybody hear me? If anybody could just send me a message in chat to make sure that you can hear me, that would be great. I totally appreciate that. So my name is Julianne, perfect, hi Camilla, thank you. And so if you don't know who I am, I'm Julianne. And for the next little bit, we're gonna go on a relaxation journey. And make sure you do have a chair or some wall space near you. I'm just gonna adjust this a little bit here because we're gonna finish up with using that going into some restorative poses this evening. So let's get started. Let's take a deep, full breath. You can close the eyes as we inhale. Let the shoulders come up towards the ears. And then as you exhale, just let that go. Let's just allow ourselves to get balanced this evening, noticing how we feel, where our state of mind is. Let's take another deep, full breath. Let the shoulders come up towards the ears and gently down the spine. One more time, staying with the breath. Let the lungs expand. Let the shoulders come up towards the ears. Let them roll down the back and sitting tall. So we're going to take a moment here to get ourselves adjusted and aligned. So we're going to activate our core this evening, belly button to spine, pulling up on the pelvis, so we feel really strong right through the midsection. We're going to keep our chin level. We want to avoid having the chin towards the chest. We're going to keep our chin level. Maybe imagine someone's lengthening us right from the top of our head. Just feel how it is to sit in this moment, noticing how the body is. We're going to take this opportunity to check right in with our mind. Notice what's going on. Notice what thoughts, observations, sensations might be coming on. And then as we come through the next inhale, anything that we've noticed, thoughts, observations, just let the exhale slowly encourage those thoughts to dissipate. For the next half an hour or so, we don't need to attach to any of those thoughts. Just let them go. And then we're going to take another deep breath. This time as we inhale, maybe imagine your lungs like a balloon that you're starting to fill through the front, the sides, the back of the body. Let the lungs completely expand with the deep breath in. And then let that go. We're going to imagine for just a moment here, our lungs expanding inside our torso as we inhale through the torso. Deep breath into the lungs, the obliques, the back of the body. And then let that slowly go. We're taking this opportunity to just come into those deep, full breaths, this moment of space that we're creating, feeling, noticing, maybe imagining our lungs expanding. And then letting that go. Let's take a moment. We need to start taking these moments to just allow ourselves to notice how all of that feels, bringing that awareness to our breath. Maybe bringing the visualization of expanding right through the rib cage. And then let that go. Again, just let the exhale take those thoughts on that dissipation of the breath. And this evening, we're going to be really gentle with ourselves. We're going to come into a lying position, do some stretches, and then we're going to finish up with some restorative on the wall with our meditation. So let's make our way right to lying on our back. So making sure you're comfortable, we're going to roll down onto the floor, vertebrae by vertebrae, let the knees come into the chest. We're just going to draw some circles onto the ceiling, releasing the lower back. Take a deep breath in and a gentle exhale. We'll come through center and we're going to start with a twist. So we're going to bring our arms right out to a T, let the knees drop to the right. We're going to gaze over the left. Let the knees drop wherever's comfortable. If your right hand is available and it feels good, you can place it onto the top of the left leg. The gaze is over the left arm, or we can close the eyes. We just want to keep that shoulder flat to the floor. Now, while we're here, we're going to take another deep, full breath. Notice how the lungs expand as we take an inhale. Maybe you feel more into the oblique and into the front of the body. Just become aware of how the breath travels. Let the lungs expand, and then we're going to gently let the breath slowly go. Staying with this, take another deep, full breath in. Notice how it expands into the body. And then as we exhale, just let that float away. On this inhale, we're going to take the deepest breath we can into this twist. Let the torso expand. Feel the breath come into the entire midsection of your body. And then as we exhale, we're going to see if we can extend that exhale. Be a little bit longer than the inhale, letting that breath go. We'll take another deep breath in here. And then slowly as we exhale, that right hand can come off the left leg if it was there. We'll place it flat on the mat. We'll use our core. So imagine activating the core, belly button, spine, pelvic, and pelvis as we come through center. Take a moment here. Draw some circles onto the ceiling. And then we're going to let the knees drop to the other side. So you can place the feet on the floor, realign, let the knees drop to the left this time. Arms go flat. The left hand can come to the top of the right thigh, encouraging the twist. And then our gaze this time is away from the knees over to our right. Once again, as we're here, we're going to take another deep, full breath. Notice how the breath expands into the torso. And then as we exhale, just let that breath slowly go through the nose or the mouth. Another beautiful, strong breath. Let the entire core start to expand. Notice how you start to maybe come off the mat with the breath. And then let the exhale slowly go. On this last breath, we're going to extend the exhale. So as we inhale, let the torso once again completely expand. And then as we exhale, we're just going to see if we can extend that exhale so it's a little bit longer than the inhale. And then on the next breath, we're going to encourage those core muscles, belly button to spine, pull up on the pelvis to help assist us coming back through center. You can rock the knees, maybe shake it out, draw some knees again on the ceiling, releasing the back. It feels so good. Let's take a moment. Just let the feet come flat to the floor. We're going to rock our left and our right shoulder under. And we're going to make our way into bridge. So the chest is open. The shoulders are rocked under. The feet are flat on the floor. We're going to start to lift the hips off the mat or the floor. Let them come up. We want to get a plank from the knees to the chin. The shoulders are nice and locked under. So there shouldn't be any discomfort in the neck. The chin is slightly tucked. And then we let the hands either come flat to the mat or maybe they interlace under the kind of tailbone area. Let's take a deep breath in. Notice how it feels to bring the breath in. And then to let it go with your exhale, going at your own pace with these breaths. Take another deep, full breath in. Let the torso expand in this beautiful bridge pose, feeling that opening into the chest, torso. And then when you're ready, let that breath go. Let's take another deep, focused breath. This time, see if we can have it a little bit longer as we exhale, extending the breath. Slowly on the next inhale, we'll start to prepare to move. We'll release the hands and we'll gently come down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Hug the knees into the chest, rock it out. Take another moment here, noticing how that feels. We'll do that one more time. Let's place those feet flat on the mat, ideally about 2 fists between the legs. Spread those toes nice and wide. Rock the left and the right shoulder under. Let those your hips start to rise up gently. And then once again, the feet can be flat onto the floor. We can interlace those fingers, whatever feels most appropriate. Let's take another deep, full breath here. Keeping the spine long, the chin is slightly tucked. The exhale, letting that breath go. Let the belly expand, or imagine the belly can get the breath as we stay here for just another moment, taking these beautiful, deep breaths. On the last inhale, let the exhale extend, seeing if it can be, again, a little bit longer than our inhale was. And then at the bottom of the exhale, we'll start to slowly release, just letting ourselves come to the mat. Let's shake it out, rock out the knees. And we're going to keep ourselves very gently, good English, very gentle with as minimal movement this evening. Now, if you have another chair handy, you're going to make sure it's near you. If you've got the wall, we're going to move it to the wall. So I'm going to give you a couple variations, so you may want to watch first before you move. If you've got a wall nearby, you're going to gently bring yourself. So one of your hips comes near your baseboard, floorboard. You're going to let that leg start to come up the wall. Make sure your mat or something that's comfortable is under your back. So that's where we're going to go. If we don't have a wall available this evening, your other option is a chair. Any type of sturdy chair is fantastic. If you have a couch, you can also use that. That's not a big deal. Anything that's going to give a little bit of height to your legs. So if you have a chair, you're going to bring it with the seat towards you, and then you're going to let the legs come on to the chair with the calves being supported to start here. So find the next few moments to get yourself into this pose, whether you're using the chair or the wall this evening. And we'll change it up. You're going to find it a little bit different depending on the chair or the wall. So it's a great pose to try in your own time. And then once you're here, let's rock our right to our left shoulder under again. Let the chest be open. Let the back of the arms be supported by the floor. We'll just take a few moments here. So if our legs are straight up the wall, we're just releasing the feet. If the legs are supported onto the chair, we're just making sure that the calves feel very supported and we're comfortable here. We're going to come once again into those deep, full breaths and some imagery here. So as we take a deep inhale, we're going to imagine our lungs. Now our lungs are like a balloon. Maybe we picture it as a red or a pink or a blue balloon. And then as we inhale, we start to see our lungs, this balloon starting to inflate. It starts to expand through the front, the sides, maybe even into the back of the body as you start to notice how your torso might come off the floor. When your balloon is completely filled with that beautiful deep breath, then just as if there's just you're just releasing just a little hole in the balloon to let the breath slowly dissipate and the lungs release. We're going to stay here for a few more moments with this visualizing your lungs again, maybe as a balloon, whatever works and resonates. Let the breath come in, feel it expand through this balloon. Maybe imagine the balloon expanding into the middle of the body. Feel the breath come in. Notice how much you can take in. It feels like there's so much space. And then once again, when you're ready, at your own pace, let the air slowly go. We're going to do that again. With your pace and your breath, let the lungs expand. Stay with your visualization. We're feeling the breath come into the front, the sides, the back of the body. The lungs fill up the entire middle part of the torso. They're huge. We're finding that space and filling up the entire lungs here. And then letting that breath slowly go. As we stay here, with our legs up the wall, we're staying with our legs up the wall. We're going to continue with those deep breaths. Taking that inhale, imagining the balloon expand, feel it come expand through the front, the sides, the back of the body. And then as you exhale, just letting that go. Notice how much more released and relaxed you are, melting into the floor. As this next inhale comes, just feel how much space you've created in this beautiful, deep breath. And then at the end of that, we're letting it all go, releasing, allowing the breath to slowly dissipate. We're going to continue with these beautiful, deep, soothing breaths here with our legs up the wall or on the chair. This is very soothing. This pose has many uses. It's anti-aging. It helps reverse the blood flow in your body. So it's very cooling and soothing to the mind. Reversing the blood flow gives you this opportunity to slow down. We very rarely have our legs above our heart. And this is actually extremely soothing, relaxing, and rejuvenating. So as we continue with our deep breaths, maybe this time, as we fill our balloon, we start to picture the breath. Now you might imagine the breath, it might be a clear or a white or a golden light. And we just feel and notice and see the breath come into our balloon, this beautiful breath. It feels healing. We notice how healing and soothing it is as it comes into our body and expands through our ribcage. And then as we exhale, that healing, soothing breath just dissipates, allowing ourselves to release and just be a little more centered. We're going to stay again with this visualization for just a few more moments, bringing in this beautiful healing breath, beautiful golden, white. Maybe it's clear. You just feel and notice this breath. It feels healing. It feels restorative and expansive. You let it come into your torso, into your being. It completely expands your middle of your body, the front, the sides, the obliques. And then it slowly dissipates. Again, let the breath come in at your own pace, inhaling, expanding, feeling the space being created. And then, of course, when you're ready, just slowly letting that breath gently release. As we come through the next breath, we just start to notice. We release that imagery. We start to notice how we feel. We bring back the awareness to our body at this moment. Noticing how that all feels. And we're going to do one more pose with our legs up the wall this evening, or with the chair. So where we're at, we're going to come into our thread the needle variation. So if you've got legs on a chair, what you're going to do, we're going to start by keeping the right leg supported. We're going to bring the left leg across the right thigh. Now it might not make it there. It can also be across the left shin, or you can even bring it out to the side. Just going to find that comfy position where you're opening up. It kind of looks like a figure 4 would be where we're going. If you have your legs up the wall, it's going to be the same. The right leg will stay straight. We'll bring the left leg. It'll either come across the shin or across the thigh. We avoid putting any pressure on the knee. Now, if you have your leg up the wall, you can actually start to bring the foot towards the wall. So then you're feeling the stretch really deep into the glute and into the hip on the left leg. So it just starts to bring that left leg a little bit closer. So you can adjust it by keeping the leg a little bit straighter or starting to bend that leg. If that feels all good, again, mindful of our knees, we can put a little bit of pressure on the left thigh with the left hand, pushing it or encouraging it towards the wall. So you got that beautiful opening deep into the hips. So while we're here, we're going to take our first few moments to notice how this feels. Just become aware as we inhale. Notice how this feels in our body. Use the exhale to just let that go. We don't need to attach to it again. We're just becoming aware of where tightness might be, where space might be in this pose. And then as we come through our next breath, we can come back to our visualization we did before. Visualizing our lungs starting to expand with that healing light, that beautiful breath. So we're bringing in the breath, we're picturing it as we feel it come into us. We imagine it's expanding our balloon. We feel it completely fill our torso with this beautiful deep breath. And then when we're ready, we gently let that breath slowly dissipate. Continuing with these deep breaths, that's all we need to focus on at this moment. The deep, beautiful inhale, slow, gentle exhale. Let the lungs expand. Bring in that visualization of filling up that balloon with that deep healing breath. And then letting it go. We'll take one more breath into this leg. So as we take another healing full breath in, letting the torso once again expand, noticing how it even comes into the back of the body. Then take a moment. Same thing if you brought your legs on the chair. You just release the left leg, place it back onto the chair. As the legs are up on the wall, we might have a little bit of space right now between our glutes and the wall, and that's fine. We're going to come to the other side. This time, let's keep the left leg up. We're going to bring that right leg either across the shin or the thigh. Find that beautiful pose. This is our figure 4 thread the needle variation with the wall. And then once again, if there's some space, you can use the free hand, which would be my right hand in this pose, in this side. And you can gently encourage that visualization, creating space in our breath this evening. So as we bring in this breath, we see it come into us. We feel the breath start to expand, noticing how it fills up our balloon. We feel the entire midsection, our torso expand with this deep, full breath. And then when we're ready, we let it slowly go. We'll do that 2 more times. Another deep, full breath. Let the lungs expand, let the torso expand. Feel that breath. Notice how healing and spacious it is to come into your being this evening. And then as you exhale, this time it's just taking away anything that you don't need, any blockages, any tightness. We just imagine that it's just taking it away with the exhale. Another deep, full breath here. Let the torso expand, bringing in the breath. And final exhale, letting that slowly go. Once again, when you're ready, we'll gently release this leg as well. So we'll bring the right leg back up on the wall or back to the chair. You can shake it out. Just notice how that feels. And we're going to slowly maneuver ourselves into our Savasana for our final guided meditation. So from our legs at the wall, you want to make sure you got some space. You might want to scoot yourself away, or from your chair, make sure you got some space between you and your chair. And then when you've got an appropriate amount of space, you can let the legs come off to the side. We're going to roll to the right. So I'm going to roll to my left so you can see me. But traditionally, we roll over to our right, taking a moment here in our recovery. And then we're going to just slide right into our Savasana. So from this recovery pose, we're just going to start to lengthen ourselves out onto the floor of the mat. Wherever we have our space that we can get to. If you need to grab anything to make yourself a little more comfortable, take these few moments to grab it. In our Savasana, if you want your knees bent, you're welcome to bend the knees, or just let the feet come flat, or if the legs go flat, the feet fall out to the sides. We'll rock our right and our left shoulders under. Let the back of the hands be supported by the floor. We'll tuck the chin just a bit so we've got a beautiful elongated spine, and we'll close our eyes. So once again this evening, we're going to come back to our breath. The focus is coming back to this space that we can create, and knowing how to be able to create these moments, these breaks, is part of this process and part of this healing and this relaxation. So as we come through another deep breath, let the lungs expand, let the torso completely fill. Maybe again, imagining that beautiful healing breath coming into your being, filling up that balloon, full of this beautiful healing, relaxing breath. And then as you exhale, you just start to let it go. And we're going to bring our focus to the bottoms of our feet this evening. We're going to imagine that this healing energy is coming up through our feet, from the bottom of the feet. It might feel like you're stepping into a beautiful hot tub, nice and warm, or maybe a little tingly. We start to feel this energy coming up through the bottoms of our feet, coming up through our ankles, into the shins and the calves of our legs. Just feel a beautiful sensation starting to travel up the lower legs, through to the quads, the front of the legs, the hamstrings, the back. Feel this energy as it moves up to the pelvic area, the tailbone area, into the hips, lower abdominals. As we take our next breath in, we just notice how this beautiful healing energy is releasing, relaxing our lower body. It feels at ease. With our next breath, the energy continues to travel up into our belly, through the mid-back, to the upper back, through the obliques, the side of the body, into the chest, right to the top of the torso. We notice how the entire torso feels relaxed and at ease with this beautiful healing energy. And then we notice how the energy travels down both shoulders to include both the right and the left arm. It starts to travel from the biceps and the triceps down to the forearms and the back of the arms, to the wrists and the hands, to each finger. Allow the energy to completely envelop both arms, feeling relaxed and at ease. And then once again, the energy continues to travel, creating even more space, more relaxation. Coming back to the neck, traveling up through the front, the back, and the sides of the neck, into the jaw, up through the cheeks, through to the bridge of the nose, the brow, the entire face, the back of the head. The entire head and neck are completely enveloped with this beautiful healing energy as it slowly releases and relaxes. With this next breath, we feel the energy again starting at our feet, and it just comes up in one big wave as it comes up through the legs, through the torso, the arms, into the neck, and out through the top of the head. We feel the energy flowing. We're released and relaxed. And then we just let ourselves come to this moment, letting our bodies resonate with this healing energy flowing from our feet through to the top of our head. Just notice how this feels. Notice how relaxed we are, how much we're at ease, how everything is perfect in this moment. Feeling this beautiful, euphoric release and relaxation. We'll bring our focus to the idea of win, W-I-N. What's important now? So what is important right now? As we bring in that idea, that win idea, just notice what thoughts come up. What ideas, what thoughts. What's important now? And whatever comes up, the first thing that comes up is being important. Bring your focus to that. And consciously imagine sending love to it. What's important now? Maybe it's your family. Maybe it's harmony within each other and ourselves. What's important now? We see it. We just send this peace, this relaxation, this love that we've created to that important thought, our win thought. And then once you've sent that positive energy, this healing space to that idea of what is important now, that thought. As we take our next breath in, we just completely send our full love, intention into that. And then as we exhale, we're going to imagine we're sending that out to be heard by the ethers, by source, by consciousness, by the matrix and the program around us. We're consciously sending that out. And then we let ourselves come back. Just feeling and noticing this moment, this perfect space, this opportunity to be at ease. We'll slowly start to make our way back to our body, knowing that we can always come back to this moment, to this space, and we can always recreate the peace, not only in the moment, but in our daily lives. So as we start to wiggle our fingers and toes, we'll take another deep, full breath, one more focused breath here in our lying position. And then as we let that go, once again, we're going to roll over to our right, coming to recovery. As always, keep your eyes closed if it feels good, or gently start to open them. Scan your body and your mind, noticing how it feels at this moment. And then when you're ready, slowly bring yourself up to a comfortable seated position. And again, the eyes might be closed or gazing towards the video, watching me. And then once you're sitting tall, we're going to activate our core one final time here this evening. Belly button to spine, open pelvis, sitting tall. We'll once again breathe in, let the breath come in, and let the hands touch over your head. We'll bring them to our heart center. And we thank ourselves and each other for taking this opportunity this evening or day or whenever you might be watching this in the future to find a space and send out healing energy. Namaste. I'd just like to say, if you enjoyed this, please do like it. Please share, subscribe to my channel. I will be doing live streams different times each day, but I will do at least one every day is my goal. And honestly, my whole focus is to be here to help, heal, and serve. And that has been my intention when I got into yoga over 9 years ago. And I hope that through doing these, even online, no matter how many people get to see this, that there is something that you've taken away that's going to help heal and serve you today, tomorrow, and continuously. And I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Namaste. And again, thank you. Bye.